in the lightning lane. The lunch pail, Matt American. Matt American!
And welcome to another edition of Behind the Gate with Scott and Kate. I'm Scott Waddell, along with my co-host Caitlin Wesley. And we'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight, Denmark Acre Standardbred Racing and Breeding, who are standing Mad American for the 2024 season. And we got a special guest tonight with us, and he's a regular on the PEI Red Shores driving circuit. And we'll give you a little bit of his stats. He had a tremendous season last year, and he also got his 1,000th career victory last year to go along with 123 wins. That was his best ever season in the win category. And also in money, $475,000 in money, and that too was a career best. So lifetime, 1,082 wins, 2.4 million in purses, and he's been driving since 1999. And I think he got his first win way back in 99 with a horse called BG's Sugar Drop. So I'll probably talk about that in just a few minutes. But first of all, I'll send it over to my co-host, Caitlin Wesley, and she's going to introduce our special guest.
Thanks, Scott. Yeah, I'm super excited to have Kenny Murphy on board tonight. The one and only. He smiles through absolutely everything. So welcome aboard, Kenny. And we are so excited to get to know more about who you are as a driver and you personally. So welcome aboard.
Thanks for having me, folks. That's great. Thanks for having me.
No, so we'll kick things off, Kenny. We got a few questions for you. Nothing too tough. I'm sure you'll breeze right through them. First of all, the Murphy name, of course, is quite common over in Prince Edward Island. Tell us a little bit about your start in horse racing and who else from your family is involved.
Well, my brother and I are in the race game, and my other brother, I think he's a little smarter. He's not. We gotta blame our father for that. So my father, he's in the race game. He's been in it his whole life. And I started as a young fella there. I used to walk from school, Parkdale School, over to the track, and then I've done that all grown up through school, right to grade 10, and then got the old fella's truck, and then we were good then, no walking. I used to go to the track every day after school, jog the horses, and then after I jog the horses, I do all my homework in the tack stop. Every bit of homework I done, assignments, you name it. I did it in the tack stop, right from grade 4 to grade 12. So pretty good. So I just grew up that way, and my father, he's my biggest mentor. Like, he showed me everything, and he should get more credit than he gets, because he knows lots, and people don't realize how much he knows, and he's a book of knowledge. And he taught me how to shoe horses, and I started jogging when I was 14, No, I was jogging when I was 8. I drove my first matinee race when I was 4. Yeah. So,
So you were involved in the matinee program way back, were you?
Yes. Yeah. I drove a lot in Surrey, St. Peter's, and Panett, and then my first drive actually there was a special event in Surrey, and I won my first race out in Surrey. It was pretty special.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So Red Shores is, a tough place to race. You guys have such a great driving colony, including yourself over there. Who are a couple of the guys that you like to, love to beat on the track, love to have fun with, you give some jabs and laughs and, get under each other's skin. Is there a couple guys that you like to have fun with on the track?
A little bit of everybody. I like torching everybody. No,
I know you do.
There's a few laughs going down the stretch. If you're getting a 4 or 5, you're kind of chirping the other fellow. It don't matter who it is. You're having a few laughs, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And but yeah, no, Mark, Corey McPherson, they're all good fellas, and and the younger fellas too. I love having a few laughs with them. It's not more chirping, more few laughs more than anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and you're known, Kenny, for a guy that's, and I've noticed it too, my times over at Red Shores. You're always laughing, you're always smiling. Are you like that outside of racing? And what makes you such a happy-go-lucky guy?
Oh, well, I don't know. I just, life is good. Like, I got a great family around me. I got great kids, great wife. I got the toughest wife going. To put up with. But we got a great farm out in Harrington. I have a great job. I've been with the city for, I think, 27 years, like I've been there forever.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. And it's, you work hard, and I love the work, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's all good. Like, I'm the same off the track as you see, sometimes I guess it can get a little cranky like everybody else, but,
Yeah.
For most part, I think we're pretty human, I guess,
Yeah, so you've got a busy schedule then. You work for the city, and then you probably spend some time at the barn or the farm or whatever after your work day. So makes for a busy week for you.
It sure does. Yeah, no, like I get up early in the mornings. I go meet my father. My father is just there every morning with me. We jog the horses, and then when I don't get done, he takes over, and I go to work. And then he goes out to my farm, and Clarky Smith and Donnie Smith are out there. They're mucking the stalls and jogging horses out there too for me. So I just gotta tip my hat to them, because I couldn't do it without them. Because it's great. Because then when I get off of work, I can go out home, shoe a horse here, shoe a horse there, or whatever. Drag the track and bush hog the fields, and it's a lot of upkeep when you have a farm too.
And you mentioned and 2 kids, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned the name Clarky Smith, and brings back memories for me, because he was here back when Exhibition Park was in the heyday, and always known for, his skill around young horses and just being a great all-around horseman. So I didn't even know that he was kind of part of your team. So you're definitely a lucky guy there.
Very lucky, yeah, very lucky. And his son Donnie, he's real great too. He does all the if I'm at home, he can do all the tractor work, and he drags the track, fixes stuff. Oh, it's unbelievable. They're great. They're great family, great people.
That's awesome.
So you had a career year last year in 2023. As we revisit your stats and go through them, that you've earned an invitation to the Atlantic Regionals. So congrats on that. And what would it mean for you to make like top 2 and have a chance to represent, the country?
It'd be unbelievable. Very special. It'd be quite a thing, I take my wife to the gas station on a Sunday. That's a special date.
Yeah.
Nice, to get used for the tractor. So it'd be pretty special. We don't go too far, so it would be really special to represent the Maritimes, to go up to Quebec, and and the wife could take along too, I guess. Well.
No, that's awesome. And you being one of the top catch drivers at Red Shores, does having a career year like last season put a little bit more pressure on going into this year, Kenny? Like, I know you're a pretty easygoing guy, but you've put up some impressive numbers the last 2 or 3 years, and they seem to be getting better every season. So do you put any kind of pressure on yourself to perform?
Not really. No, like it's if you can get between 80 to 100 wins, or even 60 to 100 wins. Like there's a lot of wins around the Maritimes.
Yeah.
It's I don't set my goals too high. You're only as good as your horse. So like I've been very fortunate the last few years. I've been getting some decent horses to drive, which makes the fella's job a lot easier. So yeah, it's just I don't really put no pressure on myself at the end of the day. We're very lucky. We're healthy. We can do what we love to do, and we got good people around us, and have a few laughs, and that's what we're here for. So
Awesome.
So you celebrated your 1,000th win this past season. So congrats on that as well. What I would think maybe your first win would be like one of those wins that is your absolutely memorable win, but is there an other win, besides that would, top your kind of memories?
Yeah, like there's a few there that stick out, I think I won the last 2 mile race in the Maritimes, because I don't think
Oh, okay.
the last 2 mile race I think was in 2000.
Yeah.
So I won my first drive there in 99 with BG Sugar Drop, as you said.
Yeah.
Blistering fast track in 212.
212.
And,
Wow, times have changed.
oh baby, have they ever? And
Yeah.
so yeah, the 2 mile race, I won that with a longtime friend, and he's like a grandfather to me, Boy White. Her name was Dan Sorella, the mare, and I won the 2 mile race in 4:26 and 3. I can remember that as plain as day. I
Wow.
can remember the wife's phone number, but I don't know I don't know why. But another one too was Tobin Steve at the Breeders' Crown. That was a big one for me. She was a long shot, and she beat the Real Princess that day.
Yeah.
The Real Princess, she was unbeaten that whole year, and I slipped up the pass lane and beat her. And talking about chirping fellas, I looked over Corey, and I said, "I got you, old buddy." Anyways, I bet you if I was Corey, I'd jump off this heat and I'd choke myself. But hey, I was celebrating. So it was pretty good. Corey's great fella, good sport. But yeah, no, that was a big day for me. Yeah, it was a good one.
Oh, that's awesome. So you drive both, PEI have a lot of trotting classes over at Red Shores. Do you like driving both gates?
Yes, yeah, I love both gates. Yeah, like as long as they're fast, makes no difference.
Yeah.
Whether they're trotters or pacers, it makes no difference. Trotters are really nice. I drove last bunch of years Sailor Blue. She was a beautiful mare. I win 57 with her, I think last year, the year before, whatever. Yeah, she's just a sweetheart. Lovely gated, pretty black mare. She lovely horse, and lovely people that own her. And yeah, she was a nice trot mare. And that's the thing. It don't matter, pacers, trotters, as long as they're fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking about horses that you've drove, there's a couple that you drove last year that, stick out. You had a couple regulars that stuck out, and then you had a couple really fast ones that really stuck out. So can you tell us about Pictonian I Am? How is, the horse on the track? How is he, going to the gate? Is there any quirks and stuff too?
My favorite horse to date. Like, I love him. He's my favorite horse I drive. No question about it. Like he every week he just comes to play. Don't matter. Yeah. He just tries his little heart out. He's like me. He's small at stature, big at heart. We're a little vertically challenged, so we're not that big, but we're mighty. So, yeah. But he just got a great engine. Loves to race.
He really came on last year too, at the tail end of it even.
Yeah. No, he's a sweet little horse. He can go off the front, come off the pace, go up the rail, whatever you want to do with him. He's a sweetheart. He's a dandy. He's my favorite for sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What about the new mare that, just arrived at Red Shores, DJ's Elsa? What a nice mare she had become. Like, she's fun to watch because you took one race and just swooped the field with her, and it just gave me chills because I loved watching her, loved seeing a chestnut as it is on the racetrack. So, yeah, can you tell us what it was like to drive her for a bit?
Yeah, no, she was nice mare, big mare, real big mare, and she classy mare. Like she had the same kind of grit. Like you could tell she had back class, And I think Mr. Burke, he bought her for a brood mare, and I think that's what she is now. I think he bred her, so she's gonna have some babies. It'd be exciting to see her babies because
Yeah.
It didn't matter, you could go off the front or come off the pace. She's more off the pace kind of mare. She liked chasing them down, and that's my style. I like kind of chasing them down. She's a nice big mare. Yeah, and her babies, I think they should be. They should go for some good money.
Yeah, absolutely. And my last one, which is a Truro horse, and I have followed him since they got him, and he always showed the speed and the want to race, which is Tango Sealster. Wow, you had him on fire over in PEI the time you guys had him. Tell us about that horse.
Love that horse. Love that horse. Gosh, he was a dandy. I drove Tempo Sealster. That was a brother to him, actually. And yeah, and I drove Tempo for a lot of years. So it was actually pretty good because Tempo was kind of at the end of his career, and this fella's just kind of starting. He's only 4, I think, or 5 now. So he, he's a dandy. Yeah, and there's another fellow there. He loves to mow them down. There's no end to him. He just likes trying his heart out, And the first time I drove him, I think it was Old Home Week or before Old Home Week. And he was just coming off the qualifying list, and they just told me just to get him around, you know what I mean? Get a clean line, and then we'll go from there. Well, I was going to the half, and I tipped him out, and I just gave him a little tap, and his arse dropped about 2 feet. I said, "Wow, jumping! So this fella's got some jam." And anyway, I almost made a move with the 5/8. He took, it was my own stupidity. I was kind of at him a little bit in turn. I should have just, hold off there, and I did. We got him around it, and down the backstretch, I said, "Wow, this fella's jogging." They were rolling to the half. They went to half 55. We went in 53 that day, and I couldn't believe it. Going down the stretch, he just mowed them down, and I said, "Wow." And then when they took him back over to us there in the fall, we had a great run with him. Really, really nice horse. Really nice horse. Yeah, no, you can't teach that. If the horses either got it or they don't, and he's got a lot of speed. A lot of speed. Nice horse.
He's a lot like his brother then, Kenny.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. Tempo was always a nice horse. He was a fan favorite around PEI for a lot of years. He's a lot like him for sure.
Awesome. Any big races you want to take part in or win someday? Obviously the Gold Cup and Saucer, but you've won a Breeders' Crown already. So is there any other kind of races that you'd like to win? Any free-for-all events or anything like that?
Yeah, I like to. I was in the Governor's Play twice, but it didn't turn out that great. I didn't have much luck those 2 times, but I'd like to. I'm a summer. I'd heard I'm a Summerside kind of guy. They're a great bunch up there, and I like to win the Governor's Play, to be honest with you. And of course the Gold Cup, under the spotlight. But first off, I'd like to win the Governor's Play for sure, no question.
Awesome.
Do you have any mentors or horse people that you look up to?
Yeah, yeah. No, my father, as I said before, he's a big mentor. I hold a lot of respect for Dad, and he knows a lot that he doesn't get credit for, right? And he's a great horseman, and same as Clarky Smith. Same thing. Clarky's been a great old fella, great friend, and good horseman. So yeah, those 2 people there, and Phil Pinkney, at your Phil's class act, great guy.
Yeah.
Little Paul's you know, following his footsteps, which is great. You know, that's what it's all about, you know, paving the way for the young. That's great.
Absolutely.
Speaking of young drivers, Kenny, are there any that are kind of catching your eye at Summerside or Charlottetown that you competed against last year? I know we talked to Brady Sweet here recently, and he's off to a great start. He's got 13 wins already in 2024. So any drivers that kind of impress you that are coming through?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's, as you say, he's doing great. That young fella, you know, he's
Yeah.
Jeff has his horses razor sharp, and he's putting them in the right spots, right? So that's
Yeah.
what, you know, you should do, right, and supposed to do, and he's doing a great job, super job. And young Brett Clough, he's starting out, you know. Brett's a good kid. I had him breaking horses with me out home in the country there, and great kid, you know. He's and yeah, no, there's a few of them there that are popping up, you know, and it's good to see because you know, the older fellas are getting older, so it's good to see the younger fellas starting to come, which is great. You know, that's what it's all about, you know. And we gotta support them too, right? You know, and I think it's great Gamester and Pinckney series and stuff. Like I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's super because we have a lot of matinee tracks on PEI. We're Truro,
Yeah.
New Brunswick. It's tough for a young crowd to get into the race game because it's we're spoiled rotten on Prince Edward Island. We really are, because it's like we get a racetrack in every backyard, you know, including my own. So, you know, we're very spoiled. So I think having the Pinckney and the Gamester is huge for young drivers and to get some experience. 100%.
Yeah, and that matinee program is just phenomenal. I mean, you've come from that way back, you know, and
100%.
years and years ago, and to continue that program over there and bring along young drivers, just fantastic. So, who's the fastest horse that you've driven to date that, you know, just had that real natural raw speed that just loved to race?
Well, there was my fastest horse I drove. I think I got a bad memory, but it's, I think it well, last year at Meticulous GB, I went 53. The Governor's Plate elimination. He was
Yeah.
you know, he was kind of a classy horse. He liked to do his business. He knew what he was doing,
Yeah.
and can't forget that Tango Seals horse. Can't forget that fella. No, you know, and you can't put that in horses like Battalion IM, them kind of horses. Like he's got a record of 55, 50, I pacing 54. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like them kind of horses, they gotta, and you know, they don't gotta go that fast. If they can go in 57 or 56 and try hard, at the end of the day, that's all you ask any horse to do, you know.
Yeah.
You know, trotter, pacer, don't matter. As long as they're trying, and
Yeah.
doesn't matter if they're human or beast, as long as you put a little effort in, whether you're working at the city or you're raising horses, you know. Don't be leaving on the job. We'll come up out of it. You know what I mean? you know.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But yeah, no, exactly. It's just as long as the effort's there, I'm happy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If you could get a catch drive on any horse in the Maritimes out of the last few years, what horse would you pick?
Geez, a lot of nice horses. I have to go to a Truro fella. I have to go to the Paws Colt. He was a nice horse. He had a lot of go in him. That Colt.
Malignity.
Yeah.
Malignity. Yeah, a couple people have said that.
He was a real deal. He knows what he was doing. You know, he good looking, big horse, strong horse. Paul did a great job with him. You know,
He did.
yeah, he could go very fast. You know.
Yeah.
And another a filly there that what was her name? I beat her in the British Crown there. Corey had her.
Real Princess?
Yes, she was kind of a sweet little mare. You know what I mean? She was she could leave, she could follow, you could do anything with her, and Corey and Eddie did a great job with her, right? and it just, she looked like a nice mare to drive, right? So yeah, them kind of horses pop into my head for like stake horses wise, and yeah, any kind of them horses are nice.
Exactly. So tell us a little bit about, you mentioned you work for the city, but besides, I suppose you don't have a whole lot of spare time, but when you do, what do you like to do on your spare time, Kenny?
Well, I don't really have a whole lot.
I know.
To be honest with you, really, the first time we ever went away as a family
Yeah.
together was on my brother's wedding last year. That was the first time I think we've ever been away together as a family.
Wow.
So it was, we don't go away too often. As I say, it's between two kids, they're in sports, and they're into gymnastics and hockey and soccer, and working full time with the city, and we can stable of horses and the farm look after, and two kids and duplex we own too. We run a duplex too, so it's and then I go to the woods in the fall and cut wood. So and burn a lot of wood. So we don't. Yeah, there's not a lot of downtime. So a vacation is like this would be huge. If a fellow ever had any luck, I'll stick a horseshoe up there and see if I have any luck there at the end of the month. And we get to go back. The wife would be ecstatic. It'd be pretty special, I think. Because. Yeah, we don't go away at all. We just work, get up in the morning, and do the same thing all over again. Just like Groundhog Day.
Well, I'll tell you, you have as good a chance of any. You're an excellent driver, Kenny. I watch you week to week, and you jump up on horses, and you've got that it factor where you can improve on a horse, and it doesn't matter how you drive them, if it's off the front or from off the pace. You're really good at putting horses in position to win. So best of luck at the Atlantic Regionals coming up this spring.
Thanks very much. I appreciate that an awful lot.
Yeah. So I think that's all we got for you, Kenny. That wasn't too bad.
Wasn't too bad at all.
So thanks very much. Like you say, you don't have a lot of free time, so we do appreciate you taking the time, and you've got a busy racing season coming up. So we wish you all the best and continued success.
Thanks very much, folks. God love you. Thanks very much.
Oh, perfect. So that'll wrap up another edition of Behind the Gate with Scott and Kate. And that was episode number 21. Our next episode is number 22 with George Renison. And he'll talk a little bit about the 2-year-olds he's got coming, along with some racehorses that he's got returning this year. And also some good news down in Nova Scotia recently with some more government money invested in the industry. So that's good news as well. So we'll have that coming up the first of the week. So again, for myself, Scott Waddell, and my co-host, Caitlin Wesley, you've been watching Behind the Gate with Scott and Kate with special guest Kenny Murphy.
Deep in the lightning lane, the lunch pail, Matt American.